there's two different things that I think we're sort of talking about. One is your body.
Yeah.
And the other is your body image. Because those two things are not exactly the same.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And somebody can say this person is healthy and this person looks good and they're within the BMI parameters of health, and that person can still feel like they don't look good and they are grotesque in some way.
Yeah.
And that is important because your body image can be completely disconnected from what your body actually is.
Right.
So having someone to help you separate the difference between your body and your body image, someone who is healthy themselves, is needed. It's vital. And if you're struggling with that, even if you're on the continuum of that, get some Christian counseling, get some support, get some help.
Yeah.
I will say this also. I think I've learned this at this stage in my life, and I don't know exactly why, because I don't think about it near as much as I used to in high school. I am at a weight that I'm comfortable with. And I used to think, if I was such and such a size, if I was thinner, I'm going to be happier. And I said, when you get thinner, when you lose the weight, you're going to feel beautiful.
Yeah.
You're going to feel attractive. And I will tell you, being thinner is not the whole answer to that.
Right, because you still felt the same, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's part of what we, or what you're kind of needling at with the difference between body and body image, because, I mean, like I'm a Weight Watchers for life. I mean, I've done them all.
I like Weight Watchers. I
do
it's
too.
Very good.
But I will go back to those situations when I did lose weight, but the problem's still there, and that's because it's not the weight.
Yeah,
right. Because it's not about the body,
right?
Even, like you said, it's about what mind games we're playing in our own head.
Yeah,
sometimes from those formative experiences that we had.
Okay, so how do we find healing in these situations? How do we take what either has happened to us or what we've struggled with and kind of turn the corner on that with those experiences and with those?
I think one of the biggest pieces of that is trying to see yourself the way God sees you.
Yeah.
Instead of the way the world sees you.
Yeah.
I just imagine Jesus coming down and just putting his arms around this person who struggles with extra weight, this person who struggles with too much weight, this person who's throwing up because they feel like they're unloved. And he just wraps his arms around them and loves them because he sees us as beautiful when we are his children.
Yeah.
And we don't have to look a certain way for him. He sees our hearts. I do think that God cares about our bodies. God gave us bodies, and we're image bearers of him. God cares about your body. Jesus healed people. He healed their bodies. He wants us to be healthy. I believe that. But it's not a you're good and you're not good appearance base.
Right.
Well, and it's a tactic of the enemy.
Oh,
you see how he uses it through magazines, and how the people they put on the front of magazines are not real people, by the way. They are airbrushed versions of some people. They're photoshopped versions. They're the one they take away the double chin and
body makeup and whatnot.
Yes. Yeah, they have all kinds of tricks and stuff that they're doing. It doesn't make them real. You'll never look like those people, but that's the message they keep trying to send is look like this. This is what's awesome. This is what the world values. Look like this.
Well, it's so funny too, because sometimes I've had conversations with men about this, and the modeling industry puts somebody that's supposed to be the most attractive person about as big as my finger. And then most guys I talk to are like, I really love when a woman has a little more curves and things like that. Like, who are we trying to impress? Because if it's for them, that's not impressive for them. If it's for us, we'll never figure it out. It has to be for God.
Right.
And none of us we're not all made exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just different. There is no standard. There is no body standard that we have to live up to. We have to live up to the way God made us. And so the healthiest God made us. The healthiest version of the way God made us. And making those right choices for us are going to be different than the right choices for somebody else.
Yeah. And I think that comes through prayer. I mean, I really do. I think God will show you how to take these steps forward, tell you what to do, give you the strength that you need. And maybe it is more exercise, maybe it's less exercise, maybe it's figuring out a good way to eat that makes you feel good. God will help you. He gives wisdom. Even in these things, we think, well, I can only ask him about where I need to go to college or who I need to marry. But no, little things like, how should I approach this lunch? You pray, God will answer that prayer. He's done it for me, and I know he'll do it for you.